What's going on, you guys? So today we have the full review of the ReMarkable 2 tablet, notebook, whatever you call it. And I want to go over this fairly thoroughly so you guys can get a good feel. So I don't know exactly how long this is going to take. So if you guys don't like the long form reviews, you might skip this video. And speaking of, I had a couple comments. All I ever have is 1 or 2 comments because there's only like 3 people watching this channel. But that the review's too long, or that an hour review is 55 minutes too long. Hey, it's for a certain type of person, okay? The videos I make are kind of like the videos I like to watch. So if that's not for you, there's a length of the video at the bottom right when you go to click on it. So if you don't like the long form reviews, go right ahead and skip it, okay? So the ReMarkable 2, I rushed home today to give this review. I also rushed home today because Chelsea, my beautiful, lovely girlfriend, is sick. She came down with some stomach thing. Must have ate something yesterday. So I rushed home from work, and she was laying in bed trying to get some sleep. And I went over to her. I hugged her, and I got close to her. And I try not to be too loud to disturb her. So I whispered to her. I said, "Baby, I hope you don't need anything because my 3 fans need to hear about the ReMarkable 2 tablet. So I'm going to go out in the garage and I'm going to do a review." Okay. And then I left, and I went out here to do my bidding for you guys, to give you guys the rundown of this notebook. So we're going to go through some of the specs, we're going to go through some of the features, and then I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this because I've been using this notebook for a while now, for a couple months at least, okay? So let's start with the specs, okay? The size, 188 by 246 millimeter. Okay, I didn't convert that for you guys, but so you guys know, it feels like a regular school textbook, okay, loose leaf textbook. Weight, 403.5 grams. That's 0.89 of a pound, so that's less than a pound, and it is super light. Thickness is 4.7 mm. That's 0.019 of an inch. Okay. Thin. This thing is thin, you guys. Nothing to it. Super thin. Okay. Screen size, 10.3 inches. Storage, 8 gigs internal storage. And you can also sign up for the cloud storage, additional storage, which is $2.99 a month with Connect through their website and through the app. I'm not signing up for that. I am digging my heels in on anything that's subscription model. I don't care how stupid I sound. I don't care if you guys think I'm stupid or anybody else thinks it. If it's a subscription model, I'm out. Because let me tell you guys, I went to buy a stupid gift for Chelsea a few months ago. I think it was maybe for Christmas or something. I bought this bird feeder that you hang up and you identify, and it identifies birds for you. You fill it with food and it identifies the birds. It sends a picture to your phone and all that. Half of these companies I looked up wanted a subscription service for me to sign up every month. I'm not doing it, all right? I'm out for the subscription service on this or anything else. The HP printer thing is wild with the making the printer subscription. Anyway, I'm pissed about subscription services, so I'm out. But if you guys want to do the Cloud Connect, it'll give you more storage for $2.99 a month for this ReMarkable tablet. The language is in English. Operating system is called Codex. It's a custom Linux. Oh, I'm going to get flamed in the comments. Linux-based OS. 1 gig of RAM. 1.2 gigahertz dual-core ARM is the processor. Well, rechargeable USB-C battery. Now, this battery lasts a very long time. This thing lasts over a week, okay? It takes a little while to charge. I'll give you guys a little story as we go through it, but the battery is killer on this. You're not going to worry about it. Supported file types are PDF and EPUB. No backlight. Hate that. No backlight. External memory cards are not supported, and USB-C charging, okay? So, real quick, let's hit up their website, and let's go ahead and see what it is. See what this is going to cost us, okay? So, ReMarkable, the paper tablet. Let's buy it now, okay? So, you go to buy this thing. Let me shut off my Wi-Fi. It ain't working so good here. So you go to buy it, $279, okay? That's great. $279, super affordable for the notebook. I'm excited about that. Let's go. Buy now. Okay, condition, I want it new, okay? But then you got to get a marker, right? You don't have to get the marker. You can just get the tab or the tablet, but you're going to get the marker, right? This thing's almost useless without it, okay? $129 or $79 for the one without the eraser. So the Model Marker Plus has the eraser there on the back side that you can choose to erase. That's $129, and the one without the eraser is $79, okay? So we'll add the marker. Our total now is $428, okay? You can go, no thanks, I don't need a marker. Come on, again, you guys, if you guys are getting this, get the marker, okay? Then you choose a folio, all right? And the folio is the case basically for this thing. So you have a book folio, $169. You have the type folio, which is $199, right? So this is with the keyboard, okay? And you have the regular model folio that just holds the pen and the tablet in there. So I have here the model book folio, and the way it connects into here, there's a little thing right here. You see these little magnet things here, slides right in, magnetizes, connects, feels super nice, sticks there. I've never had this come out or anything. So, and if you're getting this, you're gonna get the pen, and you're probably gonna get some kind of case for it, right? Because you're on the website, you're getting the item, so you're probably gonna get some kind of case for it, okay? So let's do what I got, okay? So, the summary is, ReMarkable 2 is $299, $300, right? So, Marker Plus is $129, the book folio is $129, cable USB-A is included, and marker tips are included, okay? So the total is $557, okay? And once you get your shipping and all that, you get 1 year free Connect subscription. So you get 1 year for free. And after that, it's $299 a month. Okay, we just talked about the subscription service. That I don't like that, but you guys feel free to sign up if you guys are going to be using this a lot, okay? Try risk-free for 100 days. You get a full refund within 100 days if you don't like it, if there's something you don't like about it, okay? So let's go to checkout. So, all right, we'll do the shipping, whatever, later, but it's $557. So with the shipping, call it $600, okay? Or $580, okay? Checkout. So that's where we're at, okay? Now, one thing I automatically dislike about this, and this is, so all praise to Chelsea. She got me this as a gift, and you guys, I'm not going to go off on too much of a tangent here, but I was talking about this tablet about a year ago when they had the first ReMarkable or whatever. I was talking about trying this because I take notes, sales notes at work and all that, and she remembered it, and she planned it, and she got this to me as a gift. And I believe it wasn't random, it was for Christmas. But man, for her to remember this the whole year and plan for it and get it for me, I appreciate it, man. And Chelsea, badass girl. That's a badass girl. You guys got to find yourself a keeper like that, all right? So the thing I don't like is when you go to buy this ReMarkable tablet, it's $299. That's the number you see. That's what it says, okay? But by the time you go and order it, it's $557. Is it deceiving? You can say no, it's not deceiving because you're going to need a pen and you don't need to get all these things. You don't need the folio and you guys don't need the pen, okay? Oh, one thing real quick. I believe this is still the case, but I did check this out. If you guys go get this, I would skip this folio and I would get, if you go to Amazon and type in ReMarkable 2 folio, you can get a case, not the same, but you can get a case for $21 right here. $22, $23, okay? Now, again, I got this as a gift, so she got the case for me with it, but I would save on this dollar amount. When you guys go to buy it, the folio is $129. I would just go and cop one off of Amazon for $30. I mean, even if you guys go the expensive one, spend $50. It's still less, okay? It's still less, and it's gonna keep your folio protected. So save yourself a couple bucks there, okay? So $299, and then by the time you go to buy it, you need the pen, and then you need the folio, and then what does this folio do for $129? What does this thing do? Okay, it's got a little magnet in it, so it clips in there. Okay, my gripe If you guys have this and I'm just a complete moron, please let me know. One of my gripes initially is I don't have anywhere to put this pen. It does clip. I don't know if you guys have ever had the Microsoft Surface. It does clip onto here, but one of the issues I found is when I'm putting it flat down into my backpack, sometimes this will get caught and it'll fall off, or it'll end up being in the bottom of my bag and all that. So you guys will have to play with it and see what works for you. But I kind of wish I would have had a little pen case here on the back with this folio. So anyway, if you guys are buying this, skip the $129 for the folio and just buy the cover off of Amazon. Unless you guys are ballers and you need the top of the line everything, then you guys already know, but you're not worried about it. So I kind of don't like that. Again, I kind of don't like that it's $300, but then by the time you get done with it, it's $550, $557, and then with the shipping, you know, let's say they add 10, 15 bucks to it. So you're going to be close to $600 on this thing, okay? So that matters because for $300, this is a totally different review than it is for $600, okay? So let's go through some of these options. And again, you guys, this might take a little long, but I want you guys to get a full feel of what we're talking about here. So this is a super simple tablet, okay? You have your layout right here. It says menu, add a folder, add a notebook, or add quick sheets, okay? And then you got your search function up here, up top to the right. You've got your last modified here, and you can click down on it, and you can sort your notes by last opened, alphabetical, file size, page count, and your view can either be a grid like this or a list, okay? So when you change it to list, it looks like this. When you go to grid, it looks like this here, okay? And down at the bottom, you have your battery life and your Wi-Fi, okay? So let's just go ahead and real quick, let's go through the menus, okay? So when you click menu, you got My Files, which is this page right here. You've got Filter By. You can filter by notebooks, you can filter by PDFs, or you can filter by ebooks, okay? You've got your favorites, collect your best content, and you've got your tags, okay? And this is the tags that you assign to your notes, and you can find them, you can later then find them easier by tags, okay? Down here you have trash, so this is your trash. So this is all the stuff that I've thrown away and got rid of. And we'll refer back to this if I didn't sync something correctly. Then you have your guides down here. So you've got your getting started, a 6-step guide on how to use your paper tablet and improve your workflow. Let's go ahead and go through this. Start this tutorial. Getting started. These 6 steps will show you how to use your ReMarkable and introduce you to some ways of working. You can always find this tutorial later in guides and get more helpful tips, including a gestures overview. Okay. Types of documents, different ways to organize, categorize your work using keywords such as on hold or in progress by creating tags. If you prefer not having lots of folders, you can search through My Files, filtering by tag or document type. Navigations and actions. To select an item to tag, favorite, rename, or duplicate, press and hold it for 2 seconds. In a document, swipe and tap the button to start a new page. Writing and reading. Pages of notebooks can be as long or short as you need, allowing you to focus and stay uninterrupted as you work. Text and formatting. In addition to the different pen strokes that work with your marker, you can also take notes using typed text. Text comes in 3 different sizes for adding titles, subheadings, bullets, and checkpoints, as well as bold and italics. And note-taking across devices. So when you sync this, when you turn on the Wi-Fi here, which it may not be connected, just because I'm a little far from the house, you can sync your notes with the app, which I'll go over here in a second. Then, so for your guides, features and functionality, then you have your gestures, an overview of all the gestures. So that's all your gestures right there that you can use. Your tool tips here. That's basically, so up here it pops up, it's tooltips in document. So basically as you're writing your document, it'll throw up some different tips for you to use. And then here's using ReMarkable. So you can scan this with your camera app right here, this QR code. It'll take you to their website where it's going to show you the same thing, okay? So, menu, let's go through the settings, okay? Super simple, general settings, personal, this is your email that's, attached to your account. Language and keyboard. Here's your on-screen keyboard. It's English right now. These are all your languages here. Go Danish, Dutch, English, Estonian, Finnish, French, German, Greek, Hungarian, Icelandic, Italian, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Romanian, Spanish, and Swedish. No Russian. And your handwriting conversation is, you have all these different language. Basque, Bulgarian, Catalan from Spain, Croatian, Czech, all of these, okay? That's your languages and keyboard. Your software version is 3.9.5, automatic updates, there, okay? Help, you can hit help. Flight mode, you can go flight mode, turn this on if you're on a plane, shut off your Wi-Fi and all connections, and then here you can restart or turn off the tablet, okay? Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi networks available. This is interesting because I'm connected to my Wi-Fi on all my other devices right out here. It's weak. As you guys know, I have to turn off my Wi-Fi here, but it's interesting because this thing doesn't even pick it up. It doesn't even pick up our network outside of here. But all my phones and my computer are connected to my Wi-Fi. So just something to note about, okay? Actually, I think it did just pop up, so let me look real quick. And there we go, we're connected, you guys, okay? So, back in, settings, help, okay, battery. Yeah, so connected. Battery, show the battery percentage, auto sleep, not a lot of options here. Storage, oh, you guys hear sirens? It's not even nighttime yet. It's not even nighttime. And there's sirens, but I didn't hear any blasts before the sirens, so this might just be a regular old stop. Disk space, 0.45 of 6.57 used. USB web interface, access your device files in a web browser. Cloud connection, check sync, check if your ReMarkable is syncing properly, okay? There's your storage, your security, passcode, you can turn on a passcode. You can add contact details to identify your ReMarkable app while it's in sleep mode. Light sleep, it displays content in sleep mode. After 20 minutes of inactivity, this may reveal sensitive data, okay? And then you have your accessibility tab. So handedness is right or left, and your font size is default or large. Not too many options here. And USB-C charger down here. So one thing I will say is, and I won't be able to replicate it here, I'm sure, but this thing charges, it lasts a very long time, okay? So I had this thing sitting for over a week, probably over 2 weeks with no charge, and every once in a while I'd bring it out and I still work on it and it was 70%, 50%, whatever. So then what happened is I assume it died, right? I assume it died after a couple weeks of sitting there or a couple days or whatever my battery percentage was, it died. And then this thing started glitching out. So when I turned it on, it said, ReMarkable is sleeping, okay? Then I turned it on and it says ReMarkable is starting. Right now it's already up, so it's not doing it. But it was stuck on ReMarkable is starting, okay? So I said, okay, I don't know what's up. I plugged it in, all right? And it started glitching, flashing on and off. ReMarkable is sleeping, ReMarkable is starting, flashing on and off, flashing on and off. When I pressed the power key, it would go black, white, flashing on and off, like I said. And so I left it. I let it charge for about overnight. So for about 12, 13 hours, I let it charge. When I got it back out, I turned it on and it was fine. The battery was still at 95%. So even that long of a charge time obviously didn't get me to full charge. However, I don't really care about that because it lasts so long once it is charged. Now, what did bother me a little bit is the glitching and the turning on and off. Obviously, the battery was out, so I had to give it a charge, and once I charged it, it was working fine. But that is just one thing I personally didn't like, okay? So another thing I don't like here, first and foremost, there's no backlight, all right? So this thing is gonna be as bright as the light that you're in. So if I shut this off, you're still seeing the phone light. Actually, on the phone, it looks, or on the camera, it looks way brighter than it does here, okay? Here it looks dark. I almost can't see it. And I take it over here, I can barely see it at all, right? And when you turn the light on, this gets a little brighter, now you can see it. So it's gonna be as bright as the ambient light in the room. I don't really like that. I understand. What are all the counterpoints? We'll go over this in a little bit too, but I wish I could adjust the lighting. Because then when I'm in bed, if I want to take notes and the lights are off, the screen is going to be so dark I can't take notes. Now I got to get up and turn the light on, okay? Or turn my bedside light on. But if I want to be in bed writing or taking notes, there's no backlight on this, and I really dislike that. I'm not sure. You know, I understand that they're trying to replicate, and I'm going to say this multiple times, they're trying to replicate the notebook experience, but a little bit more advanced. But, you know, I wish I had a backlight on this, okay? So when you guys go in here, let's add a folder, okay? Hey. Create up top. There's my folder. Hey, there's nothing in here. Let's throw a notebook in here. And you have some templates, okay? So you got notebook 2. Last page visited, what's the cover of the notebook? Last page visited or the first page? So your templates are line small, checklist, line medium, blank. You can go to view all and you have a lot more here. Now you can have a landscape or a portrait mode, right? You have all of your grids here. Another thing I don't like is how slow. Look at how slow. Look at the lag. So you guys see that? I'm scrolling and it scrolls after. I'm scrolling and it scrolls after. I'm scrolling, scrolls after. Hate that, hate the lag, okay? But here's all your templates. Okay? And you can go to creative. You've got all these. Grids, you can do grids. Here's all your different grids. Life templates, storyboard, 2 storyboards, checklist, day planner, week planner, and lines. And you got all your different templates of lines, okay? So let's go with a regular. See, guys, I'm waiting. See, I'm waiting. Cancel. Let's go line small. Create. And now you're in, okay? So here you are. So let's go over right here. This little dot up top gets rid of the toolbar, or it brings it back, okay? Then click here. Here's all your pen options. You've got ballpoint pen. Notice the lag when I click on this. It's quick, I know, but it gets frustrating. Ballpoint pen, fine liner, pencil, mechanical pencil, highlighter, marker, paintbrush, calligraphy pen. So with the ballpoint pen, that fine line, pencil, mechanical pencil, highlighter, marker, paintbrush, calligraphy pen. Right? And then of course here you have your thin, medium, and thick lines for all your options, and black, gray, or white. So for the pen, you've got thin, medium, thick, black, gray, white, blue, and red. I usually stick with this fine liner. I don't know why. It's a preference, and that's what I usually do, right? So that's all your pens. Remember, this one has the eraser, so we can just use this straight up. Now it looks a little weird. You can see it erasing, but then it gets rid of it. Oh. Okay. So that's the eraser, okay? Here, you've got your text formats. Choose between title, subheading, body text, bullet points, and checkboxes. Okay, so you can do that here. Text. Check the lag. See this lag? No swipe, no swipe. So you got your text there, okay? And you can close the text box, okay? You've got your eraser. So if you guys don't have the stylus with the eraser, you still choose your eraser and do this. Delete it. I guess I can't erase it. So I got to go back in and delete it. Okay. This box right here. So let's get something down. Oh, nope. Okay. Choose your box. Oh. Right there. So now, if you got some options, it'll choose what you guys just picked, right? You can take it, flip it. You can move it. Okay. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. Okay. Cut. Copy. Hey. I don't know what that just did. Tap with marker to paste. Okay. Unable to convert text. Oh, it's trying to convert it to text. So let's try this here. Let me try this again. Okay. Converted to text, and we can paste it. So converted what I wrote to text. Hey guys, thanks for watching. So all right, let's see if it'll convert. Converting to text, English. Converted text and added to clipboard, paste. Hey guys. So kind of cool. You can scribble down all your notes, and one thing I will say is my handwriting's pretty awful, and this thing is super good at actually seeing what you're writing and converting it. It's really good. If you guys are using this to convert your text to or your writing to type, it's super good. And then you have your undo here, obviously, and your redo. Okay. So down here, you can go to your page in the notebook, right? So you can pick, if you have multiple pages in the notebook, you can pick what page. You can tag, important, follow up, or you can add a tag. So you can tag this notebook. You've got layer, text, template, and you can add another layer. New layer. You've got this, which is present with screen share, send by email, and convert to text. So this is kind of cool because you guys can save all this once you're done and just send it to your email and just have that if you guys need notes for a presentation or whatever, it's ready there. This is notebook 2, page 1 of 1. You can go to notebook settings, set to landscape, add a page, search. If you go to notebook settings, it's basically what we went over when we started this, okay? Okay. Now, there's one more thing. Oh, okay. And then here, so this is obviously my files, and you've got your different folders. You don't have to have folders. You can just make a notebook, or you can make a quick sheet. And honestly, when I went through this, I'm not sure what the difference between the two is, because when I go notebook, I know what it is. It's the setup. When you go notebook, you have to choose all this. But when you go quick sheets, it just gives you a sheet to start working on. Come on, man. So one thing I dislike is if you get into a different menu, right, and then I go in here or whatever, the lag takes me so long to come back, and it's like, nah, I dislike it. I dislike the lag on this thing. Okay. So that's that. All right. So one more thing that I think is pretty cool that you guys can do is there's an app. Obviously this thing comes with an app. Okay. So I have my ReMarkable app here, all right? And you guys see this is the giving tree here. So it's not syncing now, but I downloaded a PDF. So if you guys download a book or something on your phone or a PDF from work, that's adding a folder. So I can import. Go here. Okay, so let's import chapter 1 of Eden Project here. So I'm going to import that from my files. This is I already have the files either on my computer or in my phone. All right. So now, hopefully, it's not connected to Wi-Fi. So it may or may not sync. But what it does is once you transfer the file, the PDF or the book into the app, what it'll do is it'll sync it with your tablet and it'll pop it up right here on the tablet. Okay. So if I can do this. Yeah. Sync here. Okay. Wi-Fi. Okay, it's back to not connected. It keeps trying to connect and disconnect, so that's why it's not doing it. But what's going to happen is you guys will, when you load this a PDF or whatever into your app, you'll be able to go into your notebook and open it and read it here. Look at that, cloud limit reached. Look at that. Cloud limit reached. Without Connect, document stops syncing after 50 days of inactivity. So I must have not tried this. Reactivate cloud storage and sync documents again. So they took me out. So when you go to My Files here, I just restored this. So it's the giving tree, all right? And it keeps telling me my cloud limit's reached, okay? So here you go, and then you can turn this over, and you guys can read your book, okay? This thing doesn't want to flip around to portrait. So basically, what you guys do is you go to this ReMarkable app, okay? Giving tree right there. For example, I go online, I go the Giving Tree PDF. Okay. Right here, one of the first, and it's not gonna be for all the books, but you know, something. Giving Tree PDF. Click that. It downloads it into your files. And then you just go into your app, ReMarkable, import, drop it here. And it's going to sync when you're connected to the same Wi-Fi. It's going to sync with your tablet and it's going to pop right up here, okay? So that's something cool. If you guys have forms, that you need to fill out, obviously for me, like I like filling out forms, the PDF forms with my stylus. But if you guys got forms that you guys like to fill out, you can transfer them all here and fill them out here, okay? So my opinion, all right, my opinion on this thing. I actually had a worse opinion than I do now. So I have a hard time using this. Why? Number one, okay, I love how it feels. I love how it writes. The writing, it truly does. It's trying to replicate writing in a notebook, and it truly does do that. It feels awesome. It doesn't feel like you're writing on a screen, okay? It feels like you're writing on paper. Hey, what's up? And when you're actually in the process of writing, when you're creating and doing your thing, it works so good. See that? I might change it to all caps. Right? It writes so, and you guys can hear it. Can you hear it? Okay. So yeah, when you're writing on it, it feels so nice to write on. Feels perfect, okay? Feels great to hold in your hand. The weight distribution's great. Everything feels good there, all right? Here's what I don't like. I don't like, number one, there's no backlight, okay? Number two, the lag. Whenever I'm trying to do something, I move quick. You guys already know with these flagship phones, with all this stuff, you gotta move super quick. So I'm trying to get through things, trying to write them, close them, open them, right? Close that, get into here, close that, right? See what I mean? Come on, close that, then close that. See? Therapist notes, my therapist talking too fast. This thing doesn't flow. There's no flow to it. I have to go click the X. There's no flow. I can't just work. I can't just write. I have to, if I mess something up, I truly go, damn it. Now I got to click over to eraser. It's going to lag. Right? So it's not the smoothest. The flow's not the best. All right? Another thing I don't like about this here is the cost, okay? Seriously, for 300 bucks, maybe, you guys, maybe. For 300 bucks, okay. But once you add everything and once you're up at around the $600 range, this doesn't make any sense because you can get an iPad Air for 550 bucks, right? So this is where it all starts to kind of fall apart for me is, I don't know what you guys use for your notes. I mainly use Keep Notes, right? It's the Notes app from Google, and the reason I use it is because it syncs across all my devices. I can take a note right here. I can take a note on here, and when I go to my laptop or when I go to my other phone or when I go anywhere else, it's already right there pulled up. Keep Notes, they're all right here. They sync super fast. If I'm on my computer, we already have devices in our hands that we can take notes on, okay? And I take a lot of notes, quick ones, long ones, I take a lot of notes, and it's just, what I found is I'm not gonna get up off the couch, off the table, from my computer to go grab this thing to then take notes on it. What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna get my phone, which I probably already have anyway, I'm gonna take my note, and if I have an app that syncs across all devices, I'm gonna use that. So inherently, okay, I found myself using this thing less because of the labor involved, all right? I didn't like that. And I don't know, I understand that this thing is supposed to replicate and replace a real notebook, and it's supposed to be the closest thing to it. But let me tell you one thing, it doesn't cost close to a regular notebook, okay? It costs as much as a tablet. It costs as much as a Samsung Air, or an Apple Air, or an iPad Air, okay? A Samsung Tab FE is 450 bucks, all right? So there's things you can get. There's items and tablets you can get that you can use a stylus with, you can get an Apple Pencil and write on, and still have all your other apps, and still have everything else you need. Okay, well here's the argument. I don't want all my other apps. I'm trying to distract myself from my telephone. I'm trying not to use my apps constantly. I'm trying not to be connected constantly. Okay, then why don't you lower the cost on this thing? This thing is great. As a notebook, you're trying to replicate a notebook, right? That's why you don't have the backlight. That's why you don't have the bells and whistles. That's why you don't have any of the fancy stuff, because you're trying to replicate a notebook writing experience. But the cost is up there of a flagship phone. And the cost is, maybe not flagship, but mid-range phone. The cost is up there with the tablets. So it's tough. It's tough to justify it, all right? Now, sitting there thinking about it, because to me, I was getting pissed thinking about it, because I'm going, this thing costs so much, and honestly, I use my other note apps a lot more, right? But I did come up, and I do think there are some use cases that this thing will work great for. For example, if you're a writer, right? If you're working on a novel, if you're writing a book, you can go in the Starbucks and sit there for 4 hours, 5 hours, and just write your stuff, right? No problem there. That's probably a good use of it. Another thing is for business meetings, all right? So when I go into business meetings, I sit down and what's up? Who called this meeting? And I whip my pen out and I tell everybody at the meeting, I go, guys, I want you to know I'm going to be writing during this meeting. I'm just taking notes. I'm not on my phone playing around. I'm taking notes so I can provide you guys with a better service later, okay? But I still feel weird. I still feel weird sitting there in the meeting looking at my phone, and I'm sure the other people feel weird as well. Something like this would be absolutely perfect. You get into a meeting, what's going on? What do we have to talk about? Why did I only make 17 million in the third quarter, okay? We need to up that. We need to up our revenue, okay? Notes. Come on. See? Come on. I hate it. I hate this thing. What's going on? Now it's, see what I mean? This is a great example right here live. I can't do anything. Why? Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at this. You guys see this? This is all stacked on top of one. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, menu. Look at that. It's all jacked up. This thing is new. I have not put this thing through the ringer. I've had it, but I have not put it through the ringer. I've used it lightly. It's all glitching out. Whatever. Quick sheets. Hey, I need everyone to know you're fired. Note to self. Fire all people. So if you're sitting in a meeting like this with it, I think it's much better than having your phone. So there's a couple of use cases for this thing, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to wrap this up. The bottom line is I wouldn't buy this thing. For $300, you're not going to get it without the pen. All right. So you're going to need to spend on the pen. All right. And you're going to probably get the folio. Like I said, go to Amazon and get that folio. So you're going to be up at around $600 for this thing. To me personally, it's not worth it. I can get an iPad. I can get a different tablet. I can get a budget tablet that I can take notes on and do everything else on. Okay. Or honestly, I'll go to Walmart and get a $3 notebook and scribble my little writings there. The price is just too high for what you get for the product, okay? So do with that what you will, you guys. I honestly can't recommend this thing. It's not that there's anything inherently wrong with it. I don't think it's worth the price. You guys saw this thing glitch out a couple times just here. You know, they're replicating the real notebook. They're not replicating the real price. So for me personally, the bottom line is this. I would skip this one, you guys. I would skip this ReMarkable 2. Hey, thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to have more videos coming up. Thanks, guys.